Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers. If you're new here, welcome to World Rare Coin, the place where we explore the most valuable, rare, and fascinating coins from the United States of America. Whether you're a serious collector or just getting started, you're in the right place. Today's video is all about an incredible US $quarter coin featuring the famous inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." At first glance, it may look like an ordinary coin, but certain rare quarters in exceptional condition have captured the attention of collectors across the country. Did you know that some rare $quarter coins, including unique copper eras, minting varieties, and high-grade examples, have sold for astonishing amounts in the collector market? The coin hiding in your collection right now could be worth far more than its face value. In this video, we'll reveal what makes these $quarter coins special, the rare details you should look for, important mint marks, valuable eras, and the factors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. So before you spend, trade, or overlook any old US quarters, make sure you watch until the end. You might discover a hidden treasure that collectors are eager to find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Now grab your coins, check your pockets, and let's begin today's amazing coin hunt. Sparkles. The 1965 Washington quarter is one of the most fascinating coins in American history because it marks a major transition in United States coinage. While most 1965 quarters are common and worth only a small premium, a few extraordinary examples with rare eras, exceptional preservation, or unusual characteristics have captured the attention of serious collectors. These special coins have sold for impressive amounts, turning an ordinary-looking quarter into a prized treasure that sparks excitement throughout the coin-collecting world. The year 1965 was a historic moment for American coins. Rising silver prices forced the United States Mint to stop producing quarters with the traditional 90% silver composition that had been used for decades. Instead, the Mint introduced a copper-nickel-clad design. Because of this transition, the 1965 quarter became a symbol of change, and collectors have spent years searching through old collections, bank rolls, and inherited coin jars looking for unusual examples that may have escaped normal production standards. One of the biggest reasons collectors pay attention to 1965 quarters is the possibility of rare minting mistakes. During periods of heavy production, unusual errors can occasionally occur. A quarter struck on the wrong metal, a dramatic off-center strike, or a coin showing significant doubling can attract tremendous interest from specialists. These error coins are far scarcer than regular circulation pieces, and their rarity often drives demand among collectors who are willing to pay substantial premiums for unique discoveries. Condition is another factor that can dramatically affect value. Most 1965 quarters spent decades circulating through cash registers, vending machines, and pockets across America. However, a coin that somehow avoided wear and remains in exceptionally pristine condition is much harder to find. Collectors compete for the finest known examples because every tiny detail, from the sharpness of Liberty's portrait to the brilliance of the coin's surface, contributes to its desirability and market appeal. The phrase, "In God We Trust," displayed on the coin has become one of the most recognizable inscriptions in American coinage. Combined with "E Pluribus Unum" and the familiar image of George Washington, the design creates a classic appearance that many collectors admire. Although millions of 1965 quarters were produced, only a small number possess the extraordinary characteristics that separate them from ordinary circulation pieces. Stories of valuable quarters often fuel the excitement surrounding coin collecting. People dream of discovering a rare variety hidden among everyday change or tucked away in an old family collection. While claims of becoming an overnight billionaire from a single 1965 quarter are highly exaggerated, it is true that certain rare and certified examples have sold for impressive sums. These remarkable sales inspire collectors to carefully inspect every coin they encounter, hoping to uncover something special. The hunt for valuable coins is about more than money. Each 1965 quarter represents a piece of American history, reflecting a period when the nation changed the composition of its circulating coinage. Holding one of these coins connects collectors to an era of economic adjustments, mint innovations, and changing public attitudes toward precious metals. That historical significance adds another layer of appeal beyond simple rarity. Experienced collectors often recommend examining 1965 quarters under good lighting and magnification. Details such as strike quality, surface preservation, unusual markings, and possible mint errors can make a significant difference in collector interest. Professional grading services can also help determine authenticity and condition, providing a clearer understanding of a coin's place in the numismatic market. The 1965 Washington quarter remains one of the most talked about modern American coins because it combines history, mystery, and the possibility of rare discoveries. Most examples are common, but are truly accepted. 1970 United States quarter dollar. Many people spend these coins without a second thought, yet some collectors carefully inspect every detail because certain rare examples can attract significant attention in the coin market. While stories of becoming a billionaire overnight are often exaggerated, the reality is that rare and exceptional coins can sometimes sell for impressive amounts when they possess unusual characteristics, outstanding preservation, or highly sought-after errors. The 1970 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, along with the famous motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the majestic eagle design symbolizes the strength and heritage of the United States. Millions of these quarters were produced, making most examples common. However, collectors know that rarity is not always about the date alone. The condition of the coin, the mint mark, and any unusual production features can dramatically influence its desirability and market value. One of the biggest factors that can make a 1970 quarter stand out is its condition. Coins that have remained untouched for decades and still display brilliant mint luster are much harder to find than heavily circulated examples. Collectors often compete for coins that appear nearly perfect under magnification. Even a common quarter can become surprisingly valuable when preserved in extraordinary condition, making careful examination essential for anyone interested in coin collecting. Another reason collectors search for 1970 quarters is the possibility of minting errors. Error coins have fascinated numismatists for generations because they represent unique moments during the manufacturing process. Off-center strikes, doubled details, die cracks, and other unusual characteristics can transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. These errors are often discovered years after the coin enters circulation, adding an element of excitement and treasure hunting to the hobby. Many new collectors dream of finding a quarter worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Although most 1970 quarters are worth only a modest premium above face value, exceptional examples with rare characteristics have achieved impressive prices in collector markets. This possibility keeps enthusiasts searching through old collections, inherited coin albums, and forgotten jars filled with change. The thrill lies in never knowing when an overlooked coin might reveal an unexpected surprise. The history behind the 1970 quarter also adds to its appeal. It represents a period of change and growth in American history, making it more than just a piece of currency. Every mark, detail, and feature tells part of a story that has survived for decades. For collectors, holding such a coin creates a direct connection to the past, turning a small piece of metal into a fascinating historical artifact. When examining a 1970 quarter, experts often study the surfaces under magnification. They look for strong strike quality, sharp details, original luster, and any signs of unusual characteristics. Small differences that might go unnoticed by the average person can have a significant impact on collectability. This careful attention to detail is what makes coin collecting both challenging and rewarding. The coin market is driven by rarity, demand, and condition. A quarter that appears ordinary at first glance may attract serious collector interest if it possesses the right combination of features. Because of this, experienced collectors recommend preserving potentially valuable coins carefully and avoiding harsh cleaning, which can reduce their appeal and market value. Patience and knowledge are often the keys to identifying hidden treasures. As we conclude today's journey into the fascinating world of the 1970 quarter dollar, remember that every coin deserves a closer look. While claims of instant fortunes and overnight billionaire status are usually unrealistic, rare coins can still command remarkable prices and create unforgettable discoveries. The next time you come across an old quarter, take a moment to inspect it carefully. You might be holding a small piece of history, and perhaps a coin that collectors would love to add to their collections. The 1967 United States quarter dollar featuring the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum." Many collectors dream of discovering a rare coin that could transform their collection, and the 1967 quarter continues to attract attention because of its history, unique characteristics, and the possibility of valuable mint errors. While most examples are worth only a modest amount, certain exceptional pieces have sold for impressive prices, making this coin a fascinating subject for collectors around the world. The 1967 quarter was produced during a unique period in American coinage history. At that time, the United States Mint was working hard to meet the public's demand for circulating coins. These quarters were struck without mint marks as part of a special policy intended to discourage coin hoarding. The coin features the famous portrait of Liberty represented by George Washington on the obverse, while the reverse displays the majestic eagle design. Because of its historical significance and connection to an important era of American coin production, the 1967 quarter remains highly collectible even decades after it first entered circulation. One of the reasons collectors become excited about the 1967 quarter is the possibility of finding rare minting mistakes. Coins with off-center strikes, doubled details, die cracks, or other unusual production errors can attract strong interest in the collector market. These errors are often difficult to spot at first glance, but experienced collectors carefully inspect every detail. A coin that appears ordinary to one person may contain a rare feature that dramatically increases its desirability. This possibility keeps collectors searching through rolls, jars, and inherited collections in hopes of finding a hidden treasure. Condition plays a tremendous role in determining a coin's value. A heavily worn 1967 quarter that has spent decades in circulation is usually common, but a coin preserved in exceptional condition can be much more desirable. Collectors pay close attention to details such as luster, sharpness, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Coins that look almost exactly as they did when they left the mint are especially prized. The difference between an average example and a superbly preserved specimen can mean a significant increase in collector interest and market value. Another factor that adds excitement is the challenge of finding high-grade examples. Millions of 1967 quarters entered circulation, but far fewer survived in pristine condition. Over time, scratches, wear, and environmental damage reduced the number of premium quality coins available. As a result, collectors compete for the finest known examples, driving demand for top-tier specimens. This pursuit of quality has become one of the most exciting aspects of quarter collecting and encourages enthusiasts to study their coins carefully. Stories of valuable discoveries continue to inspire collectors. Every year, people search through old family collections, estate boxes, and forgotten containers hoping to uncover something special. While finding a $1 million coin is extraordinarily rare, the excitement of the hunt remains a major part of the hobby. Many collectors enjoy the possibility that an overlooked quarter could contain a rare error or possess an exceptional level of preservation that sets it apart from ordinary examples. The design of the 1967 quarter also contributes to its lasting appeal. The inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum" reflect important themes in American history and culture. The artistry of the coin, combined with its connection to a fascinating period in United States mint operations, gives it a timeless quality. Even collectors who focus on other coin series often appreciate the historical significance of the 1967 quarter and include examples in their collections. When evaluating a 1967 quarter, Experts often recommend examining the coin under good lighting and magnification. Small details can make a major difference. Sharp lettering, strong design features, original mint luster, and unusual characteristics may all contribute to collector interest. Professional grading services can also help determine a coin's condition and authenticity, providing valuable information for collectors who believe they may have discovered an exceptional specimen. The 1967 quarter dollar remains one of the most intriguing coins for collectors and treasure hunters alike. Although most examples are not worth millions of dollars, rare era coins and exceptionally preserved specimens can command impressive premiums in the collector market. The real excitement comes from never knowing what might be hiding in an old collection. That possibility continues to inspire collectors across the world, proving that even a small coin can carry a remarkable story, a piece of history, and perhaps the chance for an unforgettable discovery. A 1968 Liberty quarter that could be far more valuable than its face value. Many coin collectors are fascinated by the possibility that ordinary-looking coins might hide extraordinary stories and surprising value. The 1968 United States quarter dollar, featuring the familiar portrait associated with liberty and bearing the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum," remains one of the most searched coins among enthusiasts who dream of discovering a rare treasure in their collection. The 1968 quarter is a fascinating piece of American coinage history. Produced during a period when the United States Mint had already transitioned away from silver quarters, these coins were struck with a copper-nickel-clad composition. While millions were produced, collectors know that rarity is not always determined by mintage numbers alone. Certain coins become valuable because of exceptional condition, unusual minting characteristics, or highly sought-after varieties that stand apart from ordinary examples. One of the biggest factors affecting the value of a 1968 quarter is its condition. Coins that have remained untouched for decades and still display brilliant mint luster can command significantly higher prices than heavily circulated examples. Collectors often compete for coins that appear nearly perfect under magnification, and a well-preserved specimen can attract strong attention whenever it appears at auction or in a specialized collection. Another reason some 1968 quarters become highly desirable is the possibility of mint errors. Coin enthusiasts are always searching for striking mistakes, off-center designs, doubled details, clipped planchets, or other unusual features that make a coin unique. These errors can transform a common quarter into a collectible item that stands out from millions of others produced during the same year. The more dramatic and visually appealing the error, the greater the collector interest tends to be. The excitement surrounding rare quarters often leads to stories about coins selling for impressive amounts. While most 1968 quarters are worth only a modest premium above face value, exceptional examples with rare characteristics have achieved remarkable prices in the collector market. These special coins demonstrate how a small piece of metal can become a prized artifact when rarity, condition, and demand come together in the right combination. For treasure hunters and collectors, examining every detail of a 1968 quarter can feel like an adventure. The date, mint mark, surface quality, and overall appearance all contribute to a coin's desirability. Even tiny differences that might escape the notice of an average person can be important to experienced numismatists. This is why many collectors carefully inspect their coins using magnifying tools and proper lighting. The enduring popularity of the 1968 quarter also comes from its connection to American history. Every coin carries a story from the era in which it was produced, reflecting the economy, technology, and culture of its time. Holding a quarter that has survived for more than half a century creates a tangible link to the past, making it more than just currency in the eyes of collectors. Although dramatic claims often suggest that a single coin can instantly make someone a billionaire overnight, the reality is more nuanced. Genuine rarity and exceptional preservation are what drive significant value. Collectors should always research carefully, compare examples, and consider professional grading when they believe they may have discovered a special coin. Accurate evaluation is essential for understanding a coin's true market potential. The 1968 quarter dollar continues to inspire excitement because of the possibility that an overlooked coin could turn out to be something extraordinary. Whether found in an inherited collection, a forgotten drawer, or everyday change, the search for valuable